Hey everyone, I wanted to have a chat about wheels. Please excuse my filthy kitchen. So, wheels. Back in the day, Sims Street Snakes two tones. Admittedly, my friend had them in red and black, and they were the best wheel by a million miles. You could skate indoors with them, you could skate outdoors with them. They were just sensational. Modern Sims, which you may have seen from a previous video, I had an awful lot of trouble fitting the bearings in. Admittedly, I didn't have the bearing press at the time. That would have made it so much simpler. I mean, I know the bearing press is 50 quid, but if you're anything like me and you're a bit of a wheel tester, I'll say, collector maybe, then yeah, get a bearing press. So I tried the Sims as they stand these days, and I was grossly unimpressed. They stick like glue. They're very, very soft. They are 78A, but by comparison, the much bigger wheel, much bigger on every scale, the Airwaves, they need a bit of a clean, but they still run. I should probably do a bounce test, just like not scientific, but you can see the huge amount of bounce in the 78A wheels. There's no stopping them. But outdoors, the Airwaves being bigger and broader, they just kick stuff out of the way. They're much, much better. I skated a lot with these wheels when I skated outdoors, which was a lot at the time. I must have put hundreds of miles on them, and they're in really good nick. So I'm really, really impressed with the Airwaves. Indoors, not so much of a big fan. And then I started branching out because my original wheels were getting a bit not what I wanted. So I ended up with these Radar Villains. You can just about see the artwork around the edge. These are 84A, but they're, I don't know if it will come out on the camera. They're ribbed, for want of a better term. And these are nice wheels. So yeah, I've had them outdoors. They were fine, nothing special. I've had them indoors and they were fine, nothing special. So real, for me, middle of the road wheels. Oddly, these are the first wheels I had with the ribbed outer, and it didn't mean anything to me. Like, I couldn't feel or perceive a difference in the way I skated. 84A, a little bit less bouncy maybe, but like I say, not scientific, so whatever. My most recent, second most recent purchase were these Twisters, which, as you can see, are supposed to be 92A, and heavily ribbed on the riding edge, and I cannot express to you how unfortunate I found these wheels. I don't know why. I know they're big, I know they're broad, and these ribs are, I don't know, maybe they're just extra deep. They're grippy. They're so grippy that they're more grippy than the 78As. These are like, I mean, the bearings are not the best bearings ever. If I can get a good spin one-handed, they're all right. It does spin if I, yeah, okay, so it spins. But good grief, putting these on all wheels, obviously, the surface area and the grip from the ribs, and maybe the fact that I'm quite heavy, so maybe that kind of weighs and compresses the wheel a bit, but it was like trying to skate through tar. It was absolutely insanely difficult for a 92A wheel to be that tough and hard to skate on. Was mind-boggling for me. So I thought maybe these would be my thing. They are not. I've skated once with them. They were so difficult to move. Like, just getting up to a decent rolling speed was exhausting. I can't exaggerate that enough. It's so difficult to move them for me. Maybe you've got less body weight and maybe they'll work better for you. And then we go on to the 101 A's, the Rollerbones. Now, I've got something to say about the Rollerbones. For a start, rock solid, right? And these are the 103As before I forget. Right, absolute rocks. But the 101As were my venture. I was starting off and I got more and more daring in what I was looking for. Oh, look, it says it's a 103. That's interesting. When they sold them to me, they said they were 101As. Anyway, it hardly changes the point. These were Rollerbones Vertex, and they were supposed to be 101As, and they were really, really solid. They do have, you cannot see, because they've picked up every piece of grime I've ever been over on both, but they are slightly ribbed, but they're so hard that I can slide them ever so slightly. The problem being, I found it really difficult to skate on these. They were just, there's almost no grip on them, like on the bottom, and I can use that to my advantage because I tend to skate and just skate and skate and skate and work myself into a little frenzy. It's like a character flaw. But with these wheels on, I can't skate that fast because round a corner, I lose grip at a certain G level and I have to back off. So that was quite nice, but they're so difficult to skate on. And then I was like, okay, new wheels again. And these were supposed to be 103As, so I'm glad to report that actually 103As that I ordered. Although completely different artwork, but whatever. And these wheels, smooth, no rib, and they were absolutely exceptional when I was skating on them. I could not have wished for a better wheel. They gripped when they were supposed to grip, they slid when they were supposed to slide. I really enjoyed the Rollerbones Bowl Bombers 103As until both the 103As I can hardly believe I'm saying, both of them flat spotted for me. And I don't know why. It was an exceptionally hot weekend when I was skating. Maybe that makes a difference. But these gorgeous little, beautiful skate-on things, flat spotted, aggressively flat spotted. I don't think these are the two that have the spots on, but it's hard to see anyway. And then I changed back to these ones because I was like, oh, I flat spotted my wheels, that's a problem. I'll go back to these. And then I flat spotted these. So in 2 weeks, I flat spotted my 2 sets of favourite wheels. Again, these aren't the ones that are flat spotted because you can see the flat spots on these filthy wheels because there's a big line of white where it's ground down, and it's in one case it's completely removed the rib. So in pursuit of my long and expensive quest to find a good wheel, or the perfect wheel, I've now got the Shore Grip, which I've just changed over. The Shore Grip Aerobic, which is an 84A. Quite soft, quite bouncy, but smooth on the riding edge, as opposed to the ribbed riding edge on those 84As. So I've got really high hopes for those Shore Grip Aerobics. That being said, and I probably should have covered this with the other wheels, if I didn't have that bearing press, I'd probably be crying right now because the Shore Grip bearing fittings were insanely hard, comparable to the Sims when I used to do my bearings with the back of a screwdriver. Not advisable, but that drove me nuts. All these other bearings, I mean, they came pre-fitted, but all these are really simple fittings. Less so with the 103s. That I can't remember which one it was. One of them gave me a bit of trouble, and again before I had the bearing press, but much less trouble than the Sims, which I think were genuinely mismoulded. So I'm not sure about the Shore Grip Aerobics yet, but please be cautious. If you do not have a bearing press, you might struggle. And comparatively, the final wheel that I'm yet to skate on, I haven't skated on those, I haven't skated on these, which is why they're clean. The Shore Grip Fame, which is a 101, reliably. And the bearings into these fitted like by hand with my thumb, like perfectly and snug. I did put them in the bearing press just to make sure I had equal pressure on both sides, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to skating on the short grip wheels. I am vastly disappointed that I flat spotted my roller bones on both different sets. I can't tell you how gutted I am. I've still got the Sims. I don't really know why. I kind of want to get rid of them. The Airwaves I'm going to keep. The Radar Villains I'm going to keep. The Twisters, I'm going to have to try them again because I've only had one session with them. But they were so brutally slow and big and clumsy. I don't know when I'm going to find the gumption to put them back on my boots. And my only hopes to revive my Rollerbones 103s is someone I know with a lathe that can take off minute amounts. If that works, fine. If not, I will be definitely going for the smoother bowl bombers as opposed to the ribbed Vertex. Oh look, they're not even Rollerbones, are they? They're what are they? I want to say Chicks in Bowls. I don't know. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I wanted to have a talk about wheels, my quest for the perfect wheel, and how easy or not some of the wheels are. I am filthy because I've been playing with dirty bearings and not cleaning them properly. But yeah, quick talk and chat about wheels. If you'd like to get involved, I will be in the comments. Thanks very much, folks. Farewell.